Imagine getting arrested based on fake evidence. Well, tonight, 9 Investigates looks into how it actually happened to one woman and the growing threat for others.
Channel 9 anchor and investigative reporter Darlene Jones live in the studio with us. And Darlene, you reviewed the court records to find out how this actually happened.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you guys. When I got a tip about all of this, I really didn't believe it. And I had to look at those court records to get to the bottom of it. The woman you're about to hear from could be any of us. She told us she was in a bad relationship and her ex-boyfriend created text messages using artificial intelligence, and hours later, she landed in jail.
This is Melissa Sims. Just after she was booked into the Collier County Jail, she spent 24 hours in a cell, and it was a fight to stay out of jail.
So this is something that is very scary.
She and her boyfriend were going through a breakup, and she called 911 claiming he trashed her apartment, leaving this mess behind. According to this Collier County Sheriff's Office report, he told deputies she punched him in the arm, scratched and kicked him. She was arrested for battery involving domestic violence and ordered to have no contact with him.
Next thing I know, a couple weeks later, I'm in court for the original DV hearing, and I was arrested. They issued a warrant for me, stating that I broke that no contact order.
He allegedly created this fake text message that appears as if it was sent from her cell phone using artificial intelligence. You can see it's laced with disparaging comments about him. Roy Richardson is the chief security officer at Aurora Infotech and specializes in cybersecurity.
Were you surprised by this at all?
Not really, for the reason that, it used to be that you needed to have specialized people running specialized programs to really do that type of stuff.
And Richardson says it's a growing problem for the criminal justice system. Not just fake images, but also videos that can be generated using artificial intelligence in a matter of seconds.
Even judges are coming back and saying, hey, maybe pump the brakes a bit because we don't have the necessary skill sets, and judges and law enforcement officers to say we don't have necessary skill sets to really deal with AI and the evidence that's generated by AI.
It took 8 months, but listen as Melissa explains how the case finally shakes out.
Luckily, the judge saw through it. Like, why would this woman knowingly send a text from her phone to the other person, knowing that she could be arrested? I mean, people are not really that stupid. I would have been in jail for a year for something I didn't do.
Yeah, it's scary. She says prosecutors tried to get her to take a plea deal on that original DV battery case. She refused and took this thing to court and was found not guilty unanimously on battery involving domestic violence. And that violation of no contact order charge was also tossed out. What helped her was access to her cell phone records. But here are other tips that can help you protect yourself. Be careful on what you're sharing when you use these artificial intelligence apps. Be careful who you give access to your personal information, and be cautious of what you're sharing online, and never share passwords or other confidential information. Greg?